This is a June update on my 112-gallon Average Reef. I actually have finally came in and cut out quite a bit of the reef. However, I decided to make one more video first of the tank looking its fullest and possibly its best. There have been a few changes prior to the cutback. The most obvious is I have a new show-sized yellow tang. I actually got this guy for free, if you can believe that, in this day and age. There was somebody tearing down a tank. He just had a couple of fish and corals and got them in 2019 was the last time I think he added something new. So even though he was a used fish, I did put him in quarantine for about 30-35 days, and I used some of my maroon clownfish as canaries to make sure he was clean, and of course he was. The yellow scopas has been surprisingly good with a nearly identical sized fish being added. Now the yellow tang is actually maybe half an inch bigger. He did get his fins torn up pretty good when he was first introduced, but they've almost completely healed since. There doesn't seem to be any further serious aggression, so I think everything will be fine. The one minor issue I am having is you can see one of my acanthophilias is bleached. The tank got pretty hot for a couple of days, maybe that caused it. It's kind of hard to say though, because the other one is looking perfect and there are no other issues in the tank. It is still expanding and contracting, it just happens to be small here. So I think it will probably be okay. I'll just have to wait and see. Other than that, I did add some new gorgonians. I got these from an old reefing friend. Since they are so thin, it was really easy to attach them to the rockwork in an already packed tank. This one here I've already moved, since this is the side of the tank that I've basically torn out. I haven't removed too much, but I did have to cut back some things, particularly this Goniapora, which was the reason for the cutback. It's a beautiful colony, but as you can see it just shades out the bottom of the tank. It looks like there's a cave here, but it's actually a piece of rock with corals on it that get no light at all. If I had waited any longer, the colony wouldn't have fit under my bandsaw. It just barely fit. It's hard to believe this started from just a single little frag on a frag plug, but I actually made 15 or 16 frags, and I barely cut the colony. These Duncans I also cut as well, since they too were touching the front of the glass. It's really a shame to cut huge colonies like this. But as I said, if I waited any longer, it wouldn't have even fit under the saw, and I would have ended up losing far too many corals for stupid reasons like being shaded out or being stung. Still, it was nice to get one more video of the tank looking its fullest and possibly its best. It will probably be 6 months before it looks this good again, and maybe it won't. It's hard to say what will happen. I'm still happy with the reef tank, but I did buy myself some time by cutting into things, so we'll see what happens. It looks like I have a lot more room now. Yeah. In this video though, you can see everything is just jam-packed. I didn't touch this side at all, only this side of the tank, so maybe in a few more months I will go back in one more time, but hopefully that's it for serious cutbacks on this tank. I do plan on upgrading eventually, just not in the immediate future. The next video, the tank will look a lot different. Thanks for watching, and happy reefing.